What happens if you want to buy a house that has unconsented works? So maybe it's got a toilet downstairs or a sink added, or maybe it's got a whole garage. I've had two in the last couple of weeks. A whole garage has been put in place. They had the building consent to put it there, but then they didn't get ticked off by the council, so it's unconsented. So what happens in that scenario? That's what I'm going to cover in this video. And there's 3 possible things that you could do. And these all stem from whether or not the bank is willing to give you a mortgage against that property. And they care whether or not it can get insurance. So if you can prove that you can get insurance for that property without exclusions, once you've disclosed the unconsented stuff to an insurance company, in writing obviously, then the bank's usually going to be pretty happy because they're like, okay, all good, it will get insurance no matter what. If that's not possible though, then it becomes a bit trickier. Then you either have to remove the unconsented thing before settlement, which might be easier in some cases, harder in others if it's a whole garage. Or number 3, you just have to get it consented before settlement, which is probably the worst option, I would say, from your perspective as a buyer. Ultimately, you could get the seller to do that. And if you're going to go with that option, I would say that is something you would put in writing, that we're happy to pay $1 million for this house on the condition that you get the garage consented before settlement. Or in the other examples, you remove the downstairs toilet with a plumber and it's checked off before settlement, all that kind of stuff. And this is only one thing that might pop up, but ultimately there's lots that could. Another common one would be like the removal of a load-bearing wall, which is also kind of tricky, but ultimately that's why you have to leverage the people that can give you advice. And in this scenario, it would be a mortgage broker, an insurance broker, a building inspector, and a lawyer.